tutorial is the practice solution to the practice problem proposed at the end of the file input tutorial in this same playlist. The goal is to write a program that takes in a file as input, reads its contents, and counts how many times each letter in the alphabet and each number, 0 to 9, occurs in the file. These stats should be printed at the end of the program. They can be printed in whatever format you like that makes sense. So let's see, I have file input, new Java class, and I'm going to call this file stats. Public static void main, just like always. String args. So I'm going to say file equals new file.text. I'm going to do a try catch file not found exception. I'm going to print out file not found, because I'm going to do scan equals new scanner file. I'm going to do alt enter, do java.file.io, do alt enter, java.util. So I have all those imports done, just like I need them to be. Okay, so what I'm going to do is run over every word in this file. So I'm going to say string while scan dot has next, string word equals scan dot next dot to uppercase, and that's just because I want to count the stats of all the letters, but I don't care about lower versus uppercase. Okay, so outside this while loop, I need something to keep track of my stats. So I'm going to have an array of integers called alpha counts, alpha stats. Just new int 26, and then int num stats equals new int 10. Okay. So I'm going to go over every character and word. So for int I equals 0, I less than word.length plus I. I'm going to say char current equals word.char at I. I'm going to say if current is greater than or equal to a capital A and current is less than or equal to a capital Z. So if an alpha, if a none, if current is greater than or equal to 0, and current is less than or equal to 9. So if it's an alpha, then I want to say int alpha index equals current minus a capital A. Int num current equals current minus 0. So that'll get me my index into my alpha and into my num. And then I'm going to say alpha stats, alpha index plus plus, and then num stats, num current plus plus. Okay, great. So now I've gotten the count of all the alphabetical characters and all the numeric characters. So outside of the while loop, I want to print the stats. So now I'm going to say for int I equals 0, I less than alpha stats dot length plus plus I, system dot out dot println so I'm going to have a char current alpha equals char I plus capital A. So I'm going to do current alpha plus a space plus a colon space plus alpha stats I. And I want to do the same thing for number stats. Oops. Current num plus 0, current num stats. Okay. So there are some places I want to make methods, so I'm going to grab this and I'm going to say refactor, and then I'm going to do extract method, and I'm going to call it getStats. So now this has become its own method, getStats, with all the appropriate parameters that it needs. It needs the scanner, alpha stats, and num stats. And then I'm going to extract this as its own method as well. Refactor, extract, method, print stats. And there it goes. Print stats with alpha stats and num stats. And I'm going to go ahead and switch the order of these, just because I like to have them in the order that they're called in my method, in my file. And you'll notice that these are private. That's because I don't use them outside of this class, so I can say that they're private since only the file stats class is going to use them. Okay, so let's do run, file stats. It's thinking. So there were no numbers in my file, so that makes sense. Let's see, 1W for world, 4 for the testing, 1 for the R, 2 S's for in testing. Great, it looks like it did everything right, except I'm going to go ahead and put a space here, or a new line between the alpha and the number stats so that they're easier to read. Rerun that. Oh, you know what? I put that println in the wrong spot. I want it to be here. Great. So now I know what the letters are and what the numbers are. Let's get something larger. So I'm going to go to Project Gutenberg, and I want to download Files Catalog A. Let's download Let's see if they have Moby Dick. They do. So I'm going to download it as plain text. And Project Gutenberg is just a file, or just a website where you can get files of whole books. So I'm going to save as Moby Dick. And then in a terminal, I'm going to say move from downloads mobydick.txt to idea projects lunch and learn source. No, just lunch and learn. So now, if I move this back, double click to make the sign pane show up, I have mobydick.txt. So let's do this. Let's set a file text with mobydick.txt. Ah, look at all these great counts. So cool, it looks like it's working. Didn't get any errors. Great. Let's make sure it works in the case where I give it the name of a file that doesn't exist. So testing.txt. And it tells me the file's not found, just like I expected. Great. I'm going to keep mobydick.txt. And that's it. I hope that was helpful.